Hey, what's going on, people? My name is LB the Realist, and this is Surrealistic Studios, where the real is surreal. Now, quite frankly, I didn't mean to go live. I just thought YouTube updated their shit, and I get to put all the information before I actually start recording a video. So, whatever, here it goes. I wanted to give a congratulatory applause and a thank you to a man by the name of Stephen Mater. He's a cop in West Virginia, where he was a cop in West Virginia, former officer of the Weirton Police Department in West Virginia. He was recently fired from his job for not shooting a suspect, for not shooting a person. Yeah, so he was responding to a domestic dispute call involving a man by the name of Ronald J. Williams. His girlfriend, Ronald Williams' girlfriend, had called the police and said that he was threatening to kill himself with a knife. At that time, she told dispatch that he went in and got a gun. She told dispatch this and also said that it was unloaded. Well, dispatch never relayed this information to Stephen Mater or any other the other officers involved. So Mater gets to the scene and he's talking with Williams. He's ordering him, drop your gun, drop your gun. Williams responds, I can't do that, just shoot me. This happens multiple times. I can't do that, just shoot me. At the time, Mater said that Williams wasn't a threat to anybody else besides himself, so he didn't shoot him. Well, they were going back and forth for a minute. Mater determined Williams wasn't a threat, or was a threat to himself but not to others. Said he wanted to commit suicide by cop. And yeah, as Mater was trying to talk down Williams, two more officers showed up and shot him almost immediately. Now, apparently, at that time, Williams, he actually raised his gun, I guess, at one of the officers, and then the officer shot him. The officer's name was Ryan Kuzma, that shot and killed Williams. So, apparently, after that incident, he'd been getting some flack from his colleagues. Apparently, this same guy, Ryan Kuzma, called Stephen Mater a coward for not shooting the man. He said that he put his life in jeopardy. Okay, so a month later, after the incident, Mater was fired for failing to meet probationary standards and apparent difficulties in critical incident reasoning. Critical incident reasoning. So they tried to say that there were some other incidents that led up to his firing from the department. One incident involving him illegally searching someone's vehicle, and another incident in which he apparently used foul language. He used foul language in front of a woman, and the woman actually complained against him, which was debunked. And actually, it wasn't Stephen Mater that the woman was referring to when she was making those allegations. So it was all bullshit. They wrote him a 2-page letter, according to the Post-Gazette, a 2-page letter saying how what he did by not shooting the man was the wrong decision, and that was really the reason why he was being fired. But, you know, amidst all this public scrutiny, they want to act like that's not really the reason. But we all know what the reason is. The fucking first cop that doesn't shoot a man gets fired from his fucking job. I can't make this shit up. This literally fucking happened. So, luckily, I mean, at the very least, Mater sued the department and reached a settlement for $175,000 to dismiss the lawsuit. And he's now, after being fired from the department, he's now a truck driver. Which, you know what? Truck drivers make pretty decent money, from what I hear. My cousin did it for a little bit. Matter of fact, yeah, he did it for a little bit. I think he did all right. You know what I'm saying? This man, Stephen Mater, I forgot to mention, was a Marine. He's an Afghan veteran. He's a Marine and a veteran, but somehow, some way, these people tried to paint him in a light that was timid, or, you know, like he was Like he just didn't know how to critically think. He didn't know how to assess the situation. This man is a motherfucking military veteran, and you want to act like he don't know what the hell he's doing? You gonna write him a 2-page letter talking about how he, didn't handle his responsibilities as a cop? Fuck you. Fuck you, and fuck the system, and fuck you twice. You're gonna fire the man for not shooting a suspect, this was back in 2016. Let me remind you, this is back in 2016 that this happened. May 6th of 2016. After responding to a domestic dispute call, his girlfriend called for help because she thought Ron was gonna kill himself. When Ron heard this, he went and got his gun because he's having some mental issues. I know people don't like to hear that, especially black people right about now. With all the shootings going on, black people don't want to hear that it's a fucking mental illness. I understand, but we can't just get rid of facts. It was a fact. It's a fact. People are suffering from mental illness, and just because the mainstream media here in America wants to deem it mental illness when it's a white person, and they want to say that it's just a bad egg or a bad apple or bad culture when it's a black person, that don't change facts. That don't change the facts that this was a man who wanted to commit suicide by cop. Came across the right cop that actually gave a fuck about people, that actually cares about human life. Unfortunately, 2 other cops showed up that maybe didn't have that same outlook on life, on human life like that. Like I said, this guy Ryan Kuzma, the one that actually shot and killed Williams after arriving on scene, called Mater a coward for not shooting the man, and also accused Mater and his mama of being loudmouth pieces of shit for talking to reporters. This is what the police culture does. This is who the police culture is. What I said in my videos, I'm not trying to demonize all police officers, because there are good cops out there, and this is proof. This is proof there are good cops out there. But you know what? What happens to good cops? They don't last that long, and they're no longer cops. It's a system. It's a whole corrupt system of policing that they're allowed to get away with it. They're hardly ever indicted, especially if they kill somebody black. Hardly ever indicted. The moment they decide to not kill somebody is the moment they are no longer police officers. And that's the reality. That is the fucking reality that we live in, where if you don't kill a suspect, you're gonna get fired. I can only speculate at this point, but I wonder if they're telling them this in meetings and shit. You guys better meet your quota, go out there and kill about 15, 20 black people today, or you might not have a job when you get back. Wow. Fucking wow. Fucking wow. So just kudos to Stephen Mater. Kudos to his wife, Casey Mater, and their baby son. I hope your baby son grows up and realizes that his father is a fucking hero. That his father is a fucking great person amongst the sea of assholes in the police industry. Like, I know he's probably going to be alright, but his name has been dragged through the mud. I'm sure his family's been receiving threats. They've been, all kinds of people talking shit about them. The guy that killed Williams is talking shit about him. His department fired him. He lost the respect of his colleagues, or most of them at least. And I think that this man, Stephen Mater, deserves some fucking support. Especially in a time where police officers are under such immense scrutiny that every fucking thing they do is being recorded or is being judged. Rightfully so, especially when people are being gunned down in the streets every day. Rightfully so. But I believe that when an officer such as Stephen Mater comes across and he does the right thing, we need to make it our job and our duty to give him shine, to give him the respect and the admiration that he deserves. So like I said, kudos again to Stephen Mater for being a great fucking person, first and foremost, for actually caring about human life, and for thinking critically, despite what his colleagues and his employers said and what they may think. Thank you, Stephen, for thinking critically and for having a fucking heart. I appreciate you. I know a lot of other progressives and people out there in the world appreciate you. And your deeds will not go unforgotten. So thank you. I appreciate it again. This has been LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios. Until the next time, I appreciate the 3 or 4 people that actually tuned in to hear what I had to say about Stephen, all right? So until next time, remember to love, peace, and keep spreading that enlightenment, y'all. I love you.